How's it going, ScrubGamers? Welcome back to another video here at ScrubGames, and today we've got something a little bit different, taking a break from the understanding the build and gameplay videos, go with a deck profile again, but a little bit differently because unlike the last time when I had to do it with the kind of slides and stuff, we're doing it with a deck planet because deck planet now has a deck builder for Star Wars Unlimited, and if you've ever tried out deck planet from every games that it does ones for, like One Piece and Dragon Ball, then you understand how great it is. It's a very good deck builder, very easy to use interface, and just a really nice one all around. And I love using it and always prioritize it over everyone's because it's got a dedicated team behind it to kind of improve it and make it better for the people who use it. And also, it's just a handy way to use it and very easy to use. So we're going to go through all that, and for this deck profile, we're going to go over Hera Syndulla, so the Spectre deck. And this is one that I was always interested in building because it seemed quite interesting, allowing you to play off-aspect cards without the aspect penalty thanks to the leader. And some of the Spectres were really cool and like have some nice synergy together. But then when I've tried to inquire about to get some inspiration around it, I just kept seeing people say it was like very bad, like it's not great, not to bother building it. But then after like looking into it, finding some combos, I felt it was really nice. I took it for a spin at locals and ended up going 2-2. Like would want 3-1, but then I miscalculated a card basically in the damage, and I could have finished off, but then I made a mistake. But then you live and learn, and just this deck just feels really good. So I'm gonna go over it today, and we're going for double command because I want to get the most ramp out of it. And with at least having double command, I get 2 cards I can ramp with. So maximum ramps, you can get out your your things quicker and more effectively. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Before we do, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It keeps you updated with my videos as and when they drop. And by clicking the notification bell, you can get alerts to when my videos do drop, so you can watch them there and then, or at a later time that suits you. So here we go. Let's have a look at the leader first. So Hera is an interesting one. Doesn't have any like the best effect because her effect on when in the leader area is just ignoring the aspect penalty in all Spectre cards you play. So it counts events and units because there are at least two that I know of, if I can remember correctly. Spectre events being Carablast and Sparker Rebellion, but also allows you to like in order aspect penalty on the units as well, and the units are all well 90% of them are really strong, like really good, and that's one thing that drew me to it. Like they have some really good Spectre units, put them all together in one deck, so it just sounded really good, so I wanted to try it. And Hera is a command in heroism, so you get the benefits of command in heroism without the aspect penalty, which is really good. So you get the ramp from the command, and you get some very nice like rebel boosting stuff from the heroism as well. And she's got some nice traits like Twilight, I think is how you spell it, is how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. Is one that's probably not really got any benefit to. It's just what kind of race she is. But then I have access to like Spectre and Rebel, gives some nice synergy with some of the cards as well, especially Rebel. And then when she does come out, which doesn't happen until 6 energy, but you can always ramp up to that. Oh, 6 resources, right? So use the correct term. 6 resources you can deploy her. But then you can always get her out a little bit quicker because you can ramp because you're in command. And her on attack, she's got her effect when she deploys is on attack. You can give an experience token to another unique unit. And it's a shame she can't do it herself, but that would be pretty snap to be able to just keep boosting yourself up, make sure she survives and lives longer, especially when you've got things like Ghost to help protect her. But then it's really nice because all the Spectres are unique units. They're all unique, so you're going to get experience token with any of those to make them last longer and just survive. And also, like any other non-Spectre units you play that are unique, you keep boosting them as well. We'll see some of those we might play. But yeah, it doesn't deploy too late, which is quite nice, or can get there quicker because you got the ramp. And also comes down is an Hera Spectre as well to add to some of the other cards that require Spectres on board. And it's just decent stats, but just doesn't have a greatest ability when she's in play, because all she does is just allow you to play cards, which all decks do. Just she's able to play some off aspect stuff. So to go with that, we've gone with the command. So we got double command, so we can make use of the most ramp you can have outside from the 3 ramp cards we've got. And we've gone for Energy Conversion Lab because this is one of the best bases in the game, and also the rare one for command. So we sacrifice a little bit of health, so instead of having 30, we have 25. But it gives us a great epic action, being play a unit that costs 6 or less when you hand give ambush. Now this is great because ambush is a great skill to allow you to control board. Because the name of the game is just control the board and take over. Like if you've got control of the board, you can stop your opponent from actually getting a foot in. because in this game you have summoning sickness, so anything that comes in, it comes in rested, comes in exhausted, and can't attack the same turn unless it's got ambush. But then if it does have ambush, it can't attack a base, but it can attack other units. So this gives us a great kind of ability to just allow something to come in and attack something, take something out quickly, and just gives us that handy little bit to kind of like have the edge in the game. And also, like, nice thing about that planet as well is some rules clarifications to go over like some cards as well, so it does help you out with like little helpful hints out. So that's the leader and the base. So we've gone for the double aspect, so we can get access. So we lose access to our different we lose access to some like cards in the card pool by just going double aspect. Means we just stick to heroic and command as our aspects that ignore the aspect penalty. But then thanks to the leader, we do access to some Spectre cards as well, and we access to the free double aspect cards in command as well, which are very nice ones. So we'll start off with the Spectre cards. So we're starting off with Spectre ones. We're going for Free Sabine. So you'll see a lot of free costs. Well, we have free costs of all the Spectres because we want to make use of all of them, and they're all very strong. Sabine's a very nice one. One that you can drop on the first turn. Good stats in 2-3 as well, and then if you get more aspects out alongside of her, like at least 3 other aspects on the board alongside her, she cannot be attacked, and unless you give respect, unless she gets Sentinel, then she can be attacked. Then she has to be attacked. But then while she's out with 3 other aspects on board, so just 2 other units that have a combined 3 aspects that are different alongside them, allows you to give her like a little bit of protection. And she's also got the Mandalorian trait, which currently in the first set doesn't have much of a use, but has the Rebel Spectre. And she's got nice little on attack. You can deal 1 damage to a defender or base. So you can either do like more damage or like chip things away, or even just do more damage to base. We've got Frez Wizard, one of my favorite cards in deck. Like amazing card. You can drop it as early as turn 2, and he's got really good stats for a free cost, being 3-4 as well. And it's got a nice effect where when this unit completes an attack, you can look at the top card of your deck, and you can either play it, discard it, or leave it on top of your deck. So being able to play stuff that you don't have in your hand, like from the top of your deck, just play extra things, is great. Especially when you hit the top of your deck, like things like Command, you hit a lot of things you can actually play, like Command, Uing reinforcements, Resupply, things like cards, and you can just use them straight away. That could be really beneficial to it. Is really, really nice. And one of the nicest things, like before I've hit things like Command, build them ramp and then deal damage without attacking. After attacking, so I can take it out. So take out 2 things and ramp, which is amazing. Or you can like hit things like Uing reinforcements, so you can pay 7 and play out a load of things. Like, this card is just really, really nice, and is one of my main things I want to protect, so I can just keep playing things on top of my deck or just filter through quickly. And then we've got free Kanan Jarus. I think Kanan Jarus, I think that's how you pronounce it. So this one's not the best, but it can be very handy as well. So they've got pretty, like, they all kind of up themselves on stats. They all, like, as you go up, they all have one more. I think well, for these 3 at least, they have while they increase their cost, they also increase their stats by 1 each as well, so they all got by 1. And Kanan's got a really interesting of one where just like Ezra, he's also a Force unit as well, but he's also a Jedi. And on attack, you can discard the top card of your opponent's deck for each friendly Spectre unit. So the more Spectres you have on board, the more you can mill from the top of the deck. Now, while mill is not the best strategy, because you don't instant win as soon as you mill out, they start taking damage to their base every time they can't draw a card. You can always just like, it also allows like to mill some options, so there's some cards that could lose that we won't have access to. It's like the handy thing in that. But then this effect also allows you then to heal 1 damage from your base for each different aspect among discarded cards. Now, if you're not playing against another Spectre deck, then you're most likely going to hit up to like 3 health, because they're running most of the time 3 different aspects, being the 2 from leader and a different 1 from base, unless they're running double aspect. But this is a really nice one that just comes down with decent stats and allow you to just kind of like mill out your opponent's options from the top of the deck, while also healing your base to kind of last a little longer. Then we've got 3 copies of Zip Order, so that's where like the stats don't continue to go up by 1. Like, when your cost goes up and the attack goes up by 1, the health stays the same. So 5, just like Kanan. But this one's got a really nice way to kind of like control the board, where when he completes an attack, if the defender was defeated, you may deal 4 damage to a ground unit. So you can like come down, swing at something on board, and take it out, and then do another 4 damage on everything in the ground arena, allowing you to control the ground base, which is quite cool. And then you've got the Ghost, one of my favourite cards, one of the main reasons I wanted to kind of put this together, because it's just an amazing card, and especially with Energy Conversion Lab or other things we've got coming up in the deck as well. Because the really nice thing about this is it comes in shielded, so it comes when it's played, it comes with a shield. Now it's a little bit more costly than Zeb, but and the same stats, but it's in space. It comes in protected with shield, and also when unplayed or on attack, you can give a shield token to a never Spectre unit. So this is amazing. They should be able to come in, protect something else with a shield, and even on attack, every time swinging, protect something else with a shield is really great. Especially when you can deploy it with Hera. Being able to bring this out after you deploy Hera is really great because you can then protect itself and protect Hera and just keep protecting Hera. She can keep giving experience tokens every time she swings. So then you can keep boosting Ghosts while also protecting Hera, which could be a very annoying and hard and difficult to counter combination. And the nice thing with ambush is that you can come down and get 2 shields on like just one unit, or two shields on 2 different units, because where it triggers on play and one attack. If you do it with ambush with the energy conversion lab, you can bring it in, protect yourself, protect something else, swing, kill something, and what you do, lose your shield. You don't get to put another shield on either the same unit or another unit. So you say if you've got like Hera and Ezra on board, drop Ghost, put a shield on itself, put a shield on Hera, swing with it, take out something, and then put a shield on Ezra as well. So you got 2 things protected, and then Ghost-wise lost a shield, is then taking something out, not taking any damage back, still at 5/5, which is pretty good for a space unit, and now you can just every turn just keep swinging and protect things as well, while Hera then boosts up and your other Spectres do their thing. Like, one of the main reasons I want to play this deck is because of these out synergy with these 5 Spectres, along with the leader as well. It's very, very nice. So those are all Spectres. You might be noting we aren't playing Chopper, because Chopper I just find isn't very useful for my testing. It isn't the best. It come down quite cheap and adds more Spectres, but you don't really care outside of Kanan about more Spectres on board. You just want them to have good effects, and while he can potentially mess with your opponent's resources, unless you're going against a deck where they've got a lot of events that you could potentially hit and then knock one of their resources down, you're not really going to get much use of it, and it's like very weak for what it is. Well, 1 and then 3 health. It's not really, I don't find it's worth it compared to it. Like, you can, sort of with Uing reinforcement, you can bring it out with the Ghost, and then have something to protect with Ghost, but it doesn't feel worth it. Like, from the testing, it just wasn't ever useful for me. So that's all the Spectres running. So we're running a maximum of each of the Spectres, 15 Spectres, and now we've got some of the other ground units we wanted to play as well. So I did take out Chopper for Vanguard Infantry, because when we play Uing, so spoiler it, we are playing Uing Reinforcement because it's such a great card, and we can ramp up to it to drop it early and just basically spam things straight from the deck. Vanguard Infantry is what I've replaced Chopper with, because same cost, not the same attack, but then less on the stats, but you don't care about the health because you want it to die for its when defeated effect. But then it gives you more options to bring out something with the Ghost. You get the maximum use of Ghost, so like full 7 cost when you play cards, because that's one of the things you want with this. Is you want to make sure you're getting the full use of Uing reinforcement when you play it out. Get full 7 costs and not like kind of cheap yourself out. And Vanguard's a really nice one. Just come out with Ghost, and when he's defeated, you give an experience token to a unit, and it could be any unit. So as long as you got something alongside of it when it dies, you can give yourself like an extra experience token to make something stronger. So along with Hera, you can boost things up to being quite strong, and that's one of the scary things. You can have to use like really big things that are protected by Ghosts, and it's hard to deal with them as well. So we've got 3 copies of that, and then we've got 3 copies of Battlefield Marines. So we've gone for more like a Rebel-focused build of it as well, along with the Spectres, because Rebel's such a good trait to go in. And this is another another one that can like help. We want some like low-cost units we can get like maximum of 3 things, if possible, off Uing reinforcement that can expand the board and keep a load of things out. And Battlefield Marine is a very good one for it, because for its cost, it's got very good stats in 3/3, and also got Rebel, which is a good trait to have. And then we've got 2 more Mothma. This adds a bit of consistency as well, so it gives us more turn 2 plays. Make sure you can play something turn 1. Make sure you can play something turn 1, and allows you to find some of your Spectres, because all your Spectres are Rebels. So be able to play it out, look at top 5 to find a Rebel, means you can like grab Ezra for the next turn, or like have Ghost. So you can, when you play Ghost, you can drop it out as soon as possible, or Zeb if you need to like come in and ambush and take things out and control the ground arena. Mon Mothma is a great one to do, and while she hasn't got the best stats, adds that consistency going to it to kind of find your Rebels, which are your Spectres. And then we have Echo Base Defender. We've got 2 copies of this, so that way it goes more in line with your reinforcements. So if you want to get like Sabine and Battlefield Marine, you can also get Echo Base Defender, so you get 3 things out, good stats, and also Echo Base Defender can then protect because he's got Sentinel, really nice, and it hits hard at 4. But then only has 3 health, but then it's good enough for 3 cost. So you can play 2 copies of these because it's not the most, like, sometimes you can make use of it, some like not be as the most useful for its cost, but then it just adds more like cost range when it comes to Uing. Then we've got 3 copies of Wedge Antilles. So this is a nice one as well. Also gives us some pretty good, pretty nice stuff. Where if you do offer Uing reinforcements, you can get, say, Mon Mothma, Battlefield Marine, or Sabine out with it to get the full 7 cost, and then allow this to make it so your vehicle units, so your Ghost, gets extra 1/1 on its stats, and also gains ambush, so it can come in and without using entry conversion lab, it can come in, give a shield to something, and then swing and give a shield to something as well, without relying on entry conversion lab, so you can save that for like Zeb and things like that. So it was really nice. We played 3 copies. I was playing originally 2, but I found that it is very, very useful, so I put up to the 3. And it's another one you can, it's because it's never a unique unit in being a unique character. Hera can even boost this so it can survive a little longer, because where it can be protected by a shield from the Ghost, you want to kind of boost it up so it's stronger and harder to kill, so that way it keeps the Ghost around to like protect it and make the Ghost even a lot stronger as well. So then we have some space units, so that's all the ground units we got that go with the Spectres. Then we got some space units. We got Frontline Shuttle. Now this might be a weak one, but once again, it's never 2 cost, so you can get the maximum usage out of some of your units when it goes to Uing. So it's all about Uing reinforcement. The focus of this is Uing reinforcement with the Spectres, and Frontline Shuttle adds more 2 cost we can, so you can get full 3 units off of the card. And it might not be the strongest, being 1/3, but it can get boosted up to Wedge to be a 2/4, so it can hit a little bit harder. But you're mainly playing this for the effect, which is action, defeat this unit. So you got to defeat this unit to use it. You can attack with a unit even if it's exhausted, and it can't attack bases for this attack. So it means you can attack with you can attack again with a unit even if it's exhausted, but you can't attack a base, but you can take out things. So you can use, like, say, the Ghost to again be able to use this to sack it off, to then attack it with Ghost again after it's already come in, play, put a shield on something from attacking, and I'll attack again. Or even swing with Zeb. Like if you have Zeb out and you want to attack with it, but you haven't because of summoning sickness, you can't attack with it. You can use Frontline Shuttle to then attack, do 5 damage to something, survive the attack, and then do another 4 damage to something, or even like get more use of Ezra as well. It's a really nice handy things like that, or even like be able to swing with Vanguard Infantry to like just ram something, chip some damage onto it. That would maybe finish something off, or then get that effect, but experience level on something else that hasn't can attack a base, so you can swing a little bit harder. Things like that, just very handy unit. Like, I love this one. It's got so many cool situations where you can make use of it to kind of like control board, because it's on board, because you can attack with things that are already attacked or rest, and it's just very handy. So 3 copies of it adds to the synergy of getting more units as maximum much as possible from your reinforcement. And then we've got 2 copies of Consortium Star Viper, a very good unit at 3 cost for 3/3. And while you got the initiative, it can give you a little bit of heal. So a little bit of heal is kind of helpful because you're only at 25 health base. To keep you in the game and like kill some damage off, it's really handy. And then we've got the last of the space units being Wing Leader. So this is a nice one to add as well, so you can get the most use of it. Because remember, we want to try and get some maximum use off the Uing reinforcement, and be able to get like a two 2s and a 3 gives you the most use out of the 7. Unless you go with like 2 3s and a 1 with Vanguard, you want to try and like see as much as you can out of the 10 to kind of hit the full 7 and get the most use of it. Either get like a full 3 units or get a strong one and a pretty good lower cost one. And Wing Leader adds a little bit more, where you've got a fair few free costs in like Ezra itself, sort of Star Viper and Echo Based Defender. And the main one we really want out is Ezra, those free cost ones, but then you want some other ones that could be useful. Like bring out a Wing Leader, say with like a Battlefield Marine and a Frontline Shuttle, or even then a Wing Leader out with like an Ezra and a Vanguard Infantry. You can use Wing Leader to give an experience token to Ezra, and that Vanguard Infantry, next time when it can attack, you can hit something to kill itself, chip some damage off on something, and then give Ezra even more experience, and it's a 6, 7 that then can like hit hard and place something out for like from the top of your deck next turn. Like some really good combos bring up things out with this, which is pretty cool. And those are all the units, the ground and space ones. Then we're going to go on to the events as well. So for the events, we've got 2 copies of Medal Ceremony. Because if you look at it, almost all the cards here are rebels. The only ones that aren't rebels are the ones you don't really care too much if they live or die, being like Vanguard Infantry, Frontline Shuttle, because you can be sacking off. Vanguard Infantry can be like swinging to have it basically taking out the boost, give an experience token to a unit. and then Consortium Star Viper, which it just happens not to be a rebel. But most of the other ones are rebels that you're going to be attacking with and making use of. And Metal Ceremony is a really nice one. So if you like get out a fair few rebels on board and attack with each of them, you can then for free just be able to go, I'm going to boost these free. So if you have Hera out the Ghost and say like Ezra and you're protecting with Ghost, you can then just go swing with all of them, keep that protection up, keep that experience going with Hera, and then Metal Ceremony make it even stronger, so that even harder to take down. And we only run 2 copies because we're like lacking on space, but like 2's enough, because if you see it and you're getting actually making use of attacking rebels, it's pretty good. But if you're not really getting, like if you're getting board controlled for whatever reason, it might not be the best. So it's one you can easily side out, or it could be very handy as well to boost your units. Then we got 3 copies of Rebel Assault, because as you can see, once again, majority of the units are rebels. You'll be able to attack with multiple of them, like be able to attack with Zeb, like Ezra, and then Zeb as well. To be able to swing, potentially a top card of deck. I've even done it where I think at least once I swung with Ezra, hit some damage, reveal top of deck, Rebel Assault, and then was able to use it. Then swing with as Hera and then the Ghost to then make use of Ezra first, and then swing with Hera to then put experience token on the Ghost, and then swing with Ghost to put a shield token on one of either Hera or Ezra, and then in like one action be able to swing with 3 things similar to what Leia does, but in this. So this is really nice, and considering all the majority of your cards are Rebel, once you start building a board with your Spectres, controlling the board, protecting with Ghosts, you can then start swinging hard, which is very, very nice. Then we've got Resupply. Simply, we just want to use this so we can ramp, so we want to get things out quicker, so we want to get the 7 resources quicker, so we can, deploy Hera when we get the 6, and then start protecting with the Ghost, and then use Uing reinforcement, and then spam out a wide board to kind of overwhelm our opponent as quickly as possible. So Resupply is a very handy one to help, and then so is Command. But the benefit of it is, Resupply only ramps, but it can ramp you as early as turn 2, so you can get that ramping, go straight to 4, and then on your 4th turn, on your 3rd turn, you're then at 5 resources as long as you charge that same turn. And Command gives you a little bit, ramps a little bit later, but gives you a nice spell benefit, because it not only ramps, it does other things as well, because you're always going to be going for the ramp, but then this might be situations when you're really ramped up, you want to make use of everyone's, but it has some really nice effects. So you can either give 2 experience tokens to a unit, so you can make something a lot stronger, which is cool. You can allow a friendly unit deal damage equal to its power to a non-unique enemy unit. Now that does kind of suck sometimes when you get something that's unique that you want to take out, but then you can always side to kind of deal with things like that. But being able to take something out that's not unique is pretty nice without having to attack into it. You can put this into player's resource, which you're always going to choose, unless you've already hit 7 and you don't really care about ramping anymore. And then the last one is return a unit from your discard pile to your hand, so allowing you to get back any one of your units here, any one of them, back to your hand, so you can basically play them out. So if you lost a fair few of your Ghost or Wedge or anything like that, or Beam or Ezra, you can get them back from this as well, which is pretty cool. And remember, any of these events as well, you can always play off of Ezra, because Ezra just looks at the top card of your deck, not a type of card like event, upgrade, or unit or anything like that. Just the top card of your deck, you can play it as long as you pay the cost for the card. So you can even hit this off it and then basically use it to ramp and then make Ezra do its damage to another unit, or grab something back, or use more experience tokens to it. You got great options this, and Command's a really, really, really good one for this. So we play 3 copies of it because we want to max out our ramp so we can get this last card, being Uing Reinforcement. And this is such a great card. Heroic in Command hasn't got the biggest bombs or the biggest late game, but it's got this as a fantastic card. So what it is for 7 resources, you can search the top 10 cards of your deck and play up to 3 units with a combined cost of 7 or less to play each of them for free. So it means you can get out different combinations, say like Sabine, Ezra, and Battlefield Marine for 3 very great units straight from the top of your deck out for 7 resources, so you don't have to worry about what's in your hand. You play them straight from the top of your deck. Or you can play out the Ghost and Vanguard Infantry, so you can have the Ghost out ready, and if you've got, say, Wedge on board, you can then attack straight with it into a unit, while also putting shields and stuff. You can even bring out Wedge and Frontline Shuttle, so you can then bring out Frontline Shuttle gets a swing if there's something small you want to take out that can survive against. Or even Wing Leader, any combination, as long as the total cost of the 3 cards is 7 or less, as long as the total cost of the cards is 7 or less, you can play them out. So you got to basically just look at the combination, as we've got so many different ones, 2 costs and 3 costs and stuff like that, and then some higher ones, so that way we can get the maximum 7 cost of it from the top of our deck and get out some really good combinations. I like to get out wedge as soon as possible so that when I play on the ghost, I can straight away give 2 shields to use both as when played on attack for both those instances, or like play and attack with it. So I can get 2 shields and stuff as well quickly to protect them. And then from then on out, just be able to swing with ghost to keep protecting it. Because the longer you can keep Hera around, the longer you can keep boosting things with her on attack, and the longer she stays about as well to actually be an extra attack. And yeah, just get basically spam up from the board and then power them up like Rebel Assault to be able to get like a lot more kicks in and make use of like all the good effects you've got on the Spectres and then the good stats you've got on the Rebel cards. So that's the deck. We've kept it at 50 cards, and there are some like kind of maybe tweaks I might try to go to, but this is tweaked after my first usage of it, where like I took out the choppers, put in Vanguard Infantry in, kind of had extra wedge taken out. I did have a copy of Sparkle Rebellion in the main, so that way if I got turn 1, I can kind of add the initiative. I can then play it out, look at my opponent's hand, ditch the turn 1 play, and if they had no other turn 1 play, they just end, and I've basically just held off them being able to do something. Well, not doing much myself, but allowing me to hold off until next turn so I can then play Resupply, ramp, and then not have to worry about being attacked and potentially being aggroed down after from the get-go while I try to get my plan going. But I also do have a side deck as well, so if you're interested in side deck, I do have one. So here we have the side deck. So we've got 6 different cards for side decks. We can only have a side deck of 10. I've got in there 2 copies of Colonel Yularen. So I found that sometimes you might go against an aggro deck like Sabine or Leia, and you kind of want to like hold off and kind of like last to start dropping your units controlling the board. And Colonel Yularen is another one you can play off of Uing, and a very good one because when you play a command unit, including itself, you heal 1 damage from your base. So I'll play this out and like heal your base for 1, and then every time you play a command unit, which you have a fair few of, even your not your leader because it's already in play, but you get to heal 1 damage from your base and just like keep yourself like healthy, keep yourself from dying, so you can then take control of the game and then take it back and win. And it's got pretty decent stats, and it's a nice one, especially if you get off Uing, you can play them out, and if you play this one first and the other 2 after, you can go heal, as long as they're all command as well. So it allows extra healing so you can stay in the game longer to kind of like take control of it and win the game. And then same with like kind of Admiral Akbar. This is one I'd probably take out side out the Echo Base Commander out. So I can put this guy in. So then when you play it out, because you've got a fair few ground units, you can then come down like just like take out something in the ground arena, or just like finish something off as well with it. And it's not too bad on its stats. But then along with Colonel Yularen, you can come down and heal, and it's also got Restore 1, so when you swing in, you're healing as well. And it's also a Rebel, which could help out as well. So that's the 2, and then these are the ones that are one-offs. So we've got actually not one-offs. There's 10, so 6. Yeah, I'm sorry, there's like 4. Yeah, this might be a few that are 2-offs. We've got Fleet Lieutenant. This is where if I feel like I don't need much, like enough for the space arena, like if I just want to kind of get more swings, like things rather than boost things up, I just want to swing straight away with cards. I've got Fleet Lieutenant, so I'd take out U-Wing or X-Wing. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, this X-Wing space unit. I take that out for a Fleet Commander because it's got better stats than X-Wing. Same cost as well, but it allows the one of your rebels to attack straight away. Attack with a unit straight away, and if it's a rebel, which most of the units are, it gets an extra 2 for that attack to kind of, it takes something out or push more damage to base, and then be there to ready to attack as well. So another one you can bring off the X-Wing, that's very handy to bring out and just get some swings in straight away. And then we've got Home 1, so I've got 1 copy of Home 1 as well for the later game. So I can then start, if I can hold off to the later game, which you can get to when you ramp, you can get there a bit quicker because ramp. You can then drop this, play out one of your heroic units for free, for free less from the discard pile. So you can bring out like things like Ezra, Akbar, any one of your heroic units play out for free less, but you're mainly going to be playing out 3 costs or less with it. So you have to, because paying 8 energy resources, you're not going to be paying more than that to get something else out as well. Like you could kind of ramp to 10 and play this out there and bring out Wedge straight from the deck, but then Wedge won't give this ambush because this will come out and then it play Wedge, and then Wedge will be out after the fact. So Wedge needs to be out before the fact to give something ambush. But this is a really nice one where not only do you play something out from your drop for free, where you can even play you can play even like X-Wing as well to just get like boosts up even more. You get resource 2, so when it can attack, it can heal 2 from your base, and you give every unit you control resource 1. So if you've got quite a big board along with this, you can now start swinging, healing damage from your base while pushing out damage as well, which is really, really handy. and just helps for like the later games. You can have something big in the space. It's like hitting damage, healing your base. It kind of lasts a little longer in it. And then you got one copy of Sparkle Rebellion. This is one of like the side in. So if you're going against a deck that doesn't have too many turn 1 plays, you can kind of side this in. So if you do see this and you got the initiative, you can then play it, look at the hand. If they got a turn 1 play, get rid of it. And if it's their only turn 1 play, they don't play anything, so you can hold off a little bit to get to your ramp strategy. Or if they don't have a turn 1 play and you see something in hand that they're going to play next, like they got a ramp card like Resupply that you don't want them to play, you group that card in hand. It just gives you a bit of knowledge and allows you to rip something out their hand to know what they're going to play. We'll hold off while you're trying to ramp. And then the last one we've got is 2 copies of True Strike. So the annoying thing with Command is it only allows you to do damage from your unit to your opponent's non-unique unit. And sometimes that could be a problem because leaders are unique. Some good cards are unique as well, and you want to get rid of them, but you can't because Command won't touch them. But you can side in True Strike, not taking out Command, of course, because you want to get the thing, you want to get the access to the ramp, but sign out things like Medal Ceremony to allow you to have this in, so you can then, if you build up something big with like Hera, like boosting things up, you can then go ahead and just use this to deal its damage, its power as damage to whenever unit takes something out for just free resources as well. It's a really nice one to help deal with it because you don't have too much in terms of like just instant defeating like you do in blue because we're in Command. So if you want Vigilance, you got things like Takedown and I can't remember what it's called now. The other one that allows you to Vanquish, that's it. That allows you to take down a unit straight away without being dealt damage. True Strike is the like main way you can deal with Command, allows you to take things out. And where you can boost things up with Hera and protect him with shields, you can keep something around to be quite big, so you can then just go True Strike, Smash, and take something out. So that's my side deck for it. So you can always change it around because the side deck is more personal to each person, like how they feel with it. This is what I've gone for this, and my deck in Hera. So this is one that I found people just don't really underestimate, but it's a really good deck. It even took one of our locals, I think last week when I put this out, and it is a very fun and interesting deck. So if you're interested in it, go ahead and try it out and let me know how you feel about it. If you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know because I am trying to like improve this and make it better because I do really like this deck and I'm even considering potentially trying to like fall out, but I'm probably gonna stick to Chiro for that. But I do want to try and get like each of these in hyperspace, like even if it's not foil, just to have like a very fun, nice deck as well. Because I feel like this is a deck where the more Spectres we get in future from future sets, the better this deck can be, and have more options as well. So thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next one. Bye for now.